So when we go live, I'll let you know, then we start session officially, okay? Abel, where are you joining us from today? You are mute, I think.
Okay,
Oh.
you're getting me now?
Yes.
Yes, okay, I'm from Marsabit County, that is the arid and semi-arid areas, the northeastern part of Kenya.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's good. And Millicent, I heard you said you are from Nairobi, and Agunda said he's from Siaya County. So you guys are all over, coming from all over the place to share things. So you guys are pioneers of great stuff. So you continue networking for the next 1 minute. We just go live.
We are Kenyans.
Yes, we
I'm
are
happy
Kenyans.
to see Abel.
Yeah.
Abel, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
To represent the other side of the country.
That is the northeastern parts.
Northeastern. I've been in Dadaab. I'm doing scouting with the refugees too.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm from the border of Ethiopia. That is Moyale, Marsabit town.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, yes.
Pleasure to meet you here in this forum.
Me too.
Yeah. Cheboy, how are you? Cheboy, how are you?
All right. I see we are live. So we are just on the first agenda. So you guys continue networking, but today our session will be on sports for SDGs. So we are keen to hear from you. So Millicent, you are being asked how you are. You are supporting us, Arsenal, Manchester. Which team are you supporting, Millicent?
Dorcas, we are seeing your head.
Yeah. So we are still on the networking part of things. So wanting to know nearly where everybody's working from. Evans, nice to see you. I know Evans is tuning in from Kisii County. Really good to see people joining in. So you guys, let's do 5 more minutes of just like getting to know each other. Maybe we start with somebody up and then you guys just speak on and we crack on with this conversation. Who want to go first?
Ladies.
Oh, they say we don't want to leave ladies behind. Is that correct? Oh, okay. Ladies, so who is a lady? Is it Dorcas is in and Millicent? So ladies, you jump on first. We see. So you guys are not left behind. Ladies are shy. Oh, dear ladies.
Pardon, I was still settling down. What have you asked, Peter?
Ladies first, just quick introduction of where you are coming from and probably your expectations for today.
Oh, my name is Dorcas Thomas Award from Siaya County, founder Siaya Kids Talent that does skating, speed skating and swimming. My goal today is just to learn more from all of us because no human being is a custodian of knowledge. So I believe where we are gathered, I would learn 1 or 2 things that I'm not aware of.
There we go from Dorcas. So I can now just grab one mail before we dive into the real program. So ladies have grabbed their chance. Let me give the boys a chance as well. So the boys, I'm sure you won't disappoint. So jump on this.
Thank you. Let me take this opportunity.
Go for it.
My name is Stephen Omondi Agunda. Omondi Agunda is coming from Siaya County. I'm a scouter. A scouter means my profession is scouting. Right now, I've done my PhD in scouting, and therefore I can train anywhere in the world. Secondly, I wanted to use that particular talent in scouting to change as I picked on the climate change as the SDG, to actually make sure that scouts respond to the climate action. And I believe when we use this particular scouting and skating, then we'll be reaching the SDG goal number 13.
Thank you so much, Steve. So let's dive right in. I'm looking at where my screen is. But again, let me welcome everybody to today's session. Today's session is going to be on sports for SDGs. And as you know, on 21st of September each year, the world celebrates International Day of Peace. So welcome and happy International Peace Day. So if you are there and you want to wish somebody a happy International Peace Day, please do so. Do drop them a message. But personally, I'm happy to host you today. We expect to have, say, 8 to 10 guests join us to share about what you guys are looking to do in terms of using sports to advocate for the sustainable development goals, leaving no one behind. So that's why we are here. And if you look at goal number 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions, that aims at building peace, including everybody, just like when we were starting, somebody said ladies first, and I think that was Abel, leaving no one behind. So that's why we are here today, and I hope to have an interesting and an engaging conversation with you all. So welcome. Looking at the program we have today, we have arrived, which is nice. So clap for yourself or clap for yourself on the chat because you guys have arrived, you guys have networked, and you guys are now keen to start. So a simple icebreaker here. I want you to imagine this particular scenario, my friends. You are playing a match. A match is 90 minutes, for example. And if you relate that to sustainable development goals, it is 15 years. And in this match you are playing, which is 90 minutes, you are just at halftime of 45 minutes gone. And you realize the opponent have been possessing ball 85% possession, ball possession. Evans, you will like this one. While you have only possessed the ball 15%, like you only had 15% of ball possession. What will you do when you go back for this second half? Remember, your possession is low. You have also been scored. What will you do when you go to the second half as a player in this match? We can take 2 to 3 people. I want to see who wants to go first. Evans, you are smiling. Seems like you want to go there first. Yeah, go for it. You are mute. You are mute, Evans.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're getting me?
Yes.
Yeah. So as a player and as a coach, when you go for the second half, you need to review the game, how the first half was, whereby you need to identify the reason why the opponent were possessing the ball and how did they score. So you must read the game, and after reading the game as a player also and a coach, you tell the players how weakness maybe was in the midfield. That's where they were dominating. They were getting the penetration passes from the midfield. So you assign your midfielders. If you got some, you got a midfielder who had some challenges, maybe a minor injury, you do a substitute, appropriate substitute, a super. So when you bring him in, he will be able to implement whatever you told him or her when you were at the session, the first half session. So when they go back to the pitch, they'll be able, if they're going to implement that by filling out the gaps, by making the shutting as they were supposed to do, they'll be able to contain them. And another thing you should tell them, they should be zero pressure, because if we mount pressure on them that this game we can't lose this game, we must win this game, they'll be added more goals. So what you do, you tell them to calm down. 45, there's another 45 fresh, so they can come up and beat that team. That is all.
Okay, Evans, you highlighted some key points, but now I want a lady to go on. So that is probably the last lady we are taking. But pick some ideas from Evans. No pressure. Do the substitutes. and ask those people to go give their best, knowing that we still have time. Now, any lady in the house, maybe Millicent or Dorcas, or I don't see another lady because we only have 2 ladies. Who want to go first there?
Peter, I don't play football. Maybe if you ask me something about skating.
Oh, okay. But maybe you can
that.
use maybe skating analogy there. Maybe you can bring another angle. Maybe your team is not winning, and you are like on the last minute of the game that you guys are like, what will you do as a coach for your team?
Yes.
I think you can't run away, Dorcas. I'm getting you there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the first thing I would do as a coach, it's easier for you to realize what your weaknesses are or what has made your opponent beat you. So we'll just like, for example, in skating, we say you will see, is it your finishing that has a problem, or is it your starting that has a problem? And then during that break, you just emphasize on things that were not done right. I don't know if I'm capturing the point you're looking for.
I think you have. I think you have. So now look at it this way.
She's right.
Yes. So look at it this way. We are at halftime to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, and the world is under pressure. We only have 15% of the Sustainable Development Goals. That has been like 15 goals, or 15% of the SDGs are on track. The rest are like, we are just down. So that's why we are having this conversation to talk about the halftime conversation. And you just know, like back in 2015, 193 countries accepted to work towards the attainment of the 2030 agenda. And that's why we are going to have this conversation with you today. And if you look at the UN, United Nations, you look at the ongoing United Nations General Assembly, it's all about how can we come back in the game and win, and link that very closely with what Evans did tell you. What have we done right? What did we miss? What substitutions can we make? And that's why we did start this conversation. And I'm glad some members of the Football for the Goals are here. And Evans, Evans is a member of Football for the Goals, a UN initiative, which we happen to share the platform together. So we thought of, look, a lot of people are doing all these sports, and we have a number of opportunities that sports can bring us together to speak about. So we asked ourselves, how can we reimagine sporting for 2030 agenda? And by the way, if you are joining us online or Facebook or Twitter or anywhere, remember to use our hashtags, hashtag sports for SDGs, hashtag global goals, and hashtag imagine winning. Tag friends, mention sports lovers, and let's spread this word to the outside community. So having engaged you, you guys made some applications. Some of you dropped things. And you see the sports that people are talking about, speed skating. I'm glad that Steve and Dorcas, you are in the house. Soccer seems to be dominating all these spaces. And I see dodgeball, that is new. I was trying to watch what dodgeball is. And I'm like, I don't understand this game. Other people are on Olympics. Other people want to do archery. But soccer was dominating. So the leading sustainable development goals seem to be goal 13, climate action. And as we dive right into this one, I'll be curious to hear what you guys will have to say on this. But on that other side, those were just like some key ideas, innovative ideas that you guys came up with in terms of like a brief snapshot of what you guys submitted. Personally, I'm passionate about goal number 1, no poverty, because I believe when poverty is eradicated all over the place or everywhere, these other goals can just fall in place. But with high rate of poverty, then these other goals cannot be achieved. And personally, again, I do football. And obviously, you guys might have seen me on I have my t-shirts there. It's right on. Everywhere I have it. So loving football and how can it be used to eradicate poverty in the communities where we all come from. So I wanted now to jump right in. Maybe this one you can just keep it somewhere. Now we want to go around conversation, and we might just put it as open discussion, but we want to say if you can limit your sharing for the first round for say 2 minutes, that can be really good. So you'll just tell us your name, city or organization you are joining in from, the SDGs you the SDG of choice, your favorite sport, and then you jump onto your innovative idea. I can put this on the chat. So I will pause there from sharing my screen again and ask, who wants to go first? I will put those comments on the chat for you so you guys can refer to them as we cruise along in terms of the presentation that we are having today. So who wants to go to share first? Please jump on and share. Yeah. I can't hear.
Yeah.
No, I can't hear you.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, go for it,
Good evening.
Kevin.
Oh, good evening, the group. My name is Matundura Minga Kevin. I'm from Eldoret, Kenya.
Kevin, I
My
can't see
SDG
your video, sorry. People want to see who is talking to them, by the way, or you are.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, carry on then.
Sorry.
Good.
Okay. I'm Matundura Minga Kevin. I come from Eldoret, Kenya. My SDG of choice is number 3. That is good health and well-being. My favorite sport is football. And my innovation idea is about football for good health and football for zero mortality rate of AIDS, HIV-infected infants. Do you know that in the year 2019, an estimated 3,100 children died from HIV in Kenya? And that is a mortality rate of 0.72. When you compare to, it was 8 times higher than the HIV uninfected ones. At least 300 children are newly born infected with HIV. That is the research that was done in 2020 under the UNICEF. And this one happens when a child does not access to medicine, that is ARVs, especially child-friendly formulation of a powerful ARVs drugs. So many die even before they celebrate their 5th birthday. Now, if we want that, if we do sports as many as we have football. We have a challenge of football. Before we start this challenge, when we are advertising to have that, that challenge or that football match, we educate these people on the first before the football match starts. Education of this so that we write whatever that leads the leading in HIV infection of the people, the leading HIV of mother to child transmission, so that we try to prevent the infection of this, the infection of mother to child, and also the infection of one person to another, so that we can lower the cost that is used to buy these drugs, and also raise money so that we can raise the money through the sports so that these children can get access to the medicine. I'm encouraging any one of us, we join hands to me and help these kids celebrate their 50th birthday. It can be achieved through football as a tournament, because many people like football. When we are advertising football or when we are speaking anything about football, we put that as one of the adverts or one of the awareness for this football. This can be changed by an example, not an opinion. We should not be giving opinions. We start by an example, whereby if you know any child who is positive, go for that child, assist this child to get medicine. Okay, only one child. Just get one child and let this child get medicine. And I will be very happy, because we'll be moving to zero mortality rate of HIV infected infants. Thank you.
There you go, my friends. How do we use football to help reduce child mortality rate? Take notes, my friends. Evans, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm Evans Solo. I'm from Food Borders, Kenya. My SDG of choice is zero hunger. And the reason why I developed passion on zero hunger is recently, early this year and late last year, Kenya was ravaged by drought, and we saw what happened. And we can use football as a tool to address such challenges of food shortage in our country and even in our neighboring countries as well. So through football, we can create awareness. We can create awareness and training through organizing the tournaments, some leagues, whereby we educate and enlighten the public on the importance of carrying out sustainable agriculture. Because sustainable agriculture will maintain the flow of food within our economy and our various communities. One example of this sustainable agriculture, we can train or educate the farmers on some practices like agroforestry. In agroforestry, we integrate the growing of crops and trees. And which trees do we encourage farmers to grow? There are trees that will reclaim the soil nutrients, like we call them nitrogenous trees. Nitrogenous trees, they will reclaim the nutrients in the soil. So if we carry out tournaments and we educate farmers, we educate players and the community as well, there'll be an impact in our productivity. Another one, we should also encourage, and we also as organization, we be in the forefront of ensuring there's a continuous productivity. We don't depend on that season production, whereby there's this season maybe we are carrying out farming, and other season we are tilling the land. No, by establishing a greenhouse. With a greenhouse, you can do production at any season, at any point. So provided that you got the required farm inputs, you'll be doing agriculture and production of food at any time. So we are engaging in establishment of more greenhouses within our communities, and I could encourage more organizations also to do that, because it will provide food continuously. Then another thing also, we need also to educate. The big thing here is to create awareness and educating and training on farmers to grow some crops that are resilient to harsh environmental conditions. They are tolerant to maybe high temperature, tolerant to salinity, housing. With that, we will be having more food within our economy and our country as well. Thank you.
All right, there you have it from Evans. Evans is stressing the power of agriculture and feeding people. I can't go play football with an empty stomach. That is the message from, from Evans, but there we go. Achola, you wanna jump on next? And then we go to Galaxy A. I don't know your real name, but after Achola is you next.
Greetings, everyone. I'm very sorry. I've tried to click the button for the camera and it has serious refuse. I even shared in the wall there, and I'm not happy because I wanted everyone to see me.
No worries.
Just
carry on. Just
so my name is Achola Maxwell Otieno. I come from Nairobi, somewhere called Lakisama, the home of football. By the way, most or majority of the people who play in the national team come from Lakisama, starting from Olunga, and several people are from this community. So we love football, and during the last Africa Cup of Nations that Kenya was presented, we had 6 people from this community. So soccer is something that brings people together, and we use it as a tool to mobilize children, youth, and women to participate in a work education program. So this work education program mainly focuses on a lot of things. We were only confined into one sustainable development goal, but I went for climate action because it is something that encompasses everything. Because the moment when you deal with climate action, then food production will go high, health issue will be a concern, and even peace will also be attracted there. So we use sports as a mobilizing tool, mainly soccer, that we bring these soccer players to come and plant trees, participate in waste management and recycling, participate in cleaning of rivers, and bringing all these people together. So I am the founder of Better Living Empowerment Program, a community-based organization here in Nairobi. So we were established back in 2013 when we had just finished high school. After finishing high school, most of us joined campus, then we came back, and most of us were into soccer. So we have programs that we put in place whereby children starting from the age of 7 years up to we have a senior team whereby they play in the sub-county league. These young people engage in several meaningful engagement programs. So in order for sustainable development goal to be envisaged, there should be another sustainable development goal, number 0, meaningful engagement. Why? Sustainable development goal will not be realized when people are not engaged. And that is why we are looking forward to at least bring up coheres and issues affecting sustainable development goals, and also putting in place that meaningful engagement should also be realized as a sustainable development goal number 0. Remember, 0 is a Kenyan number. It was discovered by the late Professor George Saitoti. So if meaningful engagement, bringing people together so that at least, our minds are things that our minds are interconnected, and we can come up with critical issues and issues that at least are sustainable. So when people are engaged, when people are brought together and put on meaningfully, then out of our talents and out of our own discussion, we can come up with several things, and sustainable development goal will be realized. So climate action is the major concern worldwide, and during the African summit that was held recently in Nairobi, we realized that
Achola, I have to cut you now. Your time is up. So,
okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, but he brings a really good point there, guys. I never imagined that 0 is a number. It's not a number. Where did we leave 0? Meaningful engagement. So Abel, Galaxy, do you want to jump on, and then Abel, we come to you next.
Hello everyone. I hope I'm loud enough.
And what's your real name? I can only read Galaxy A.
This is David Odongo from Happy Eagle.
Oh, okay, David, hi.
Hi, to Peter. Yeah, so let me begin by reintroducing myself. This is David Odongo from Happy Eagle. I want to begin by congratulating the eloquence of the speaker so far. Now, back to the business of the day. I represent Happy Eagle from Siaya in Uganda. It's a team of young girls or ladies, if I may put it so. And I'm here to represent that goal number 13 of the SDGs. Actually, this is the key, the mother of all goals, because it's a serious concern of carbon emissions, very serious concern of how the lifestyle we take that really affects and impact life-threatening diseases in people, for example, the cardiovascular infections. So generally, we are here to represent climate action, and to operationalize this, we will have 3-item idea. One, we want to begin by planting trees, and we are getting into soccer so that the members we have will help spearhead this. We are doing this in together with the county government, which we are in latest in the Number 2, we want to help in cleaning our beaches. Like in Siaya County, we have generally 70, but we will not go for all the 70 beaches. We will just sample. Then we are having an organization that is dealing with riding, because you realize that carbon emission is one of the challenges that leads to emission of this carbon particles in the air, like carbon dioxide, resulting in global climate change. For example, the greenhouse gas from carbon dioxide. So when we advocate for riding, then I hope it will, 1, reduce the emission of carbon, and 2, will help to at least activate immune systems, not only in the young people, but also in the old. So this is also going to take place in December, somewhere, if you know the county well, a place called Miguena. Yeah, so, but we can share more, but because it was only 2.5 minutes, let me rest my case. Thank you.
All right, there we go. But you guys get what David is trying to say in terms of climate action, the beach cleaning. I never knew we had beaches in Siaya, but it's now clear that Siaya has got several seas and oceans around it. So cleaning, planting trees and all that. Abel, we come to you, and then Kenneth, get ready, okay? So Abel, jump on. Kenneth, we are coming to you.
Hello guys, my name is Abel Kismat Lesimbasele. I'm from Marsabit County. That is in northern part of Kenya. Here we are having like 14 tribes in one county. So I know that most guys, when you hear Marsabit, you hear the cases of, like, for example, there is conflict. Yeah, we have. Yes.
Turkey. Bena, ebu come kiasi to pige number.
Just carry on, Abel. I've managed that one.
Yes. So here we actually the SDG goal that I've selected is climate action, and how we achieve this one is through football, where we play football. We engage youth from different those 14 tribes. Then we organize a league. In that league, we make sure that each participant has to plant a number of trees from each team, so that when we plant this, we are able to restore back our environments and also conserve it. And those are the things we used to do. Through that football, we also use that to reconcile the community because of the war that is inside us. And we usually conduct war because of the livestock cases. And those are the major things that is affecting us. So through sports, when these youths come together, we make sure that they reconcile, so that when they go back to their homes, we can able to reach the goal of environmental conservation through tree planting and other things. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Abel, for that. So we got 2 tree plantings, reconciliation within communities, and just using football as a tool to bring people together. Abel, and then Dorcas, I come to you. Abel, you wanna jump on and tell us a bit about your innovation and your SDG of choice?
Actually, my innovation was that I've started a community-based organization where it's called Indigenous Community Restoration and Regenerative Initiative, where we try to revive back the land, because here in Marsabit, there are a lot of bare land and the area is desert. So we are trying to plant more trees so that we make sure that the environment is good for us. And we achieve this through football and organizing many leagues as possible. Currently, there is one that is running. We call it 7-a-side, and each participant must have a number of trees to take home. So we usually follow it and see if it has done or this. Yes.
Okay, I see some actions there. You come to play, you get your trees, you go plant them. So there is a little bit of actions attached there. So well done, Abel, for that. And Kenneth, it is you next.
Good day all. My name is Kenneth Ajay from Nigeria. I'm a student of University of Jos. I picked football as a sport. So the topic I picked was health and well-being of players, most especially the grassroots. Well-being is all about your mental well-being, physical well-being, social well-being, financial well-being, spiritual well-being, vocational well-being, and environmental well-being. To look at the mental well-being, we talk about how it affects the way we think, how players think, how we behave, and our daily lives. And other things under the physical well-being is how the players eat, the good food and the fruits, and their health matters a lot. Then the social well-being is when a player is able to adjust to change and interact with the community. Then the financial well-being is when a player is able to have access to buy what he needs, most especially his food, shelter, sports, kits, and medication, and other things. While spiritual well-being. Thank you. I'm done.
I think that was good, Kenneth. Players, when they are sick and they have to eat, so there is a good conversation coming on there. You can only play football or any sport when you are healthy. So thank you for joining us all the way from Nigeria. So who are we going next? I see Dorcas or Steve. Any of you can go before then I come to you, Scintilla.
Dorcas, you have something?
Our club is divided into two. That is, we have the skaters, but again, in the skaters, we have the skaters who are scouts. So we are doing the skating and the community-based scouting. I'll talk about the skating bit because that is what I know best. The scouting bit is for Steve because he's the one who is a professional in that. The sport we do is inline speed skating. There are very many types of skating. There is dance, there is freestyle and all that, but we only concentrate on speed skating. The SGD goal that we are currently working on is number 13, that is climate action. Because of the ages of our club members, we have children from the age of 3 to around 12. So we are looking for something that they can easily understand for the time being. As they grow up, we may get into other goals. But for now, we are on climate action. Currently, because there's a lot of rains, we are concentrating on tree planting. Those in the country, as a country, Kenya, we have an initiative whereby we are trying to increase tree plantation in the country. So currently, I think last week, we had done some trees in some orphanage. We did some 200 trees last week. We are doing some other 200 trees next weekend. So the children are concentrating on planting trees, and we have educated them that each day when it's either of them is having their birthday, they make sure that they plant the number of trees. Like if they're 5 years, they do 5 trees. If they are 10 years, they do 10 trees. And we're just inculcating a culture in them that it's important to plant as many trees as you can. We are also doing cleanups where we are cleaning the markets and all that. We are currently trying to advocate for proper dump sites in the markets in Siaya County because from our research, none of the markets has a proper dump site. So basically that is what we are doing with the children, and it is just a start. We hope to tackle more SDGs than that.
Okay, I'm hearing from Dorcas something on if I'm 5, I have to plant 5 trees. If I'm 6, I got to plant 6 trees. And I think that is inspiring and encouraging because as you instill that culture of tree planting, we can help the country achieve. I'm told it is 15 billion trees by 2025 or 2030, something like that. Yeah. So good point there. So Scintilla, I know you were talking about the dodgeball. So talk to us about your innovative idea. You can try turn your video off so we hear you well, okay?
So I'm joining you all through from Kenyatta University. I'm a student right there. So, and my name is Oleku, Oleku Scintilla from Kajiado. And my idea of sport and an innovative idea is using dodgeball as one of the sports that we can mobilize youths and communities to take action on climate change. So it's right now happening in Ivory Coast and probably in USA and Canada as well. So I had this idea and I needed to bring it out to my youths and my fellow colleagues in Kenya and probably the Global Youth Forum, which will help me and support me on this. So I think and we can mobilize youths and bring and also mobilize resources to address these climate issues and work with communities to address the issue of climate change. Probably in my community, which is highly impacted by the effects of it, and they are so much vulnerable. Women and children are facing a lot, and I needed to bring this idea, use these sports to mobilize resources, mobilize youths, and bring people together to address this issue at hand. Thank you.
Okay, good one. Again, I'm still keen to learn more about this dodgeball, and because it's a new sport. But I think nearly everybody must have spoken. Millicent, you are next. You want to jump on and tell us your favorite sport and your innovative idea and something that is coming up from your side. Jump on, Millicent.
Okay, thank you. My name is Millicent Cheboy. I'm from Nairobi. Okay, I'm going to talk about SDG number 5, which is gender equality, mainly breaking the cycle of teenage pregnancy.
Wait, Millicent, I can't see your video. I know if you are talking about teenage pregnancies, I want to see that face talking about these things. So try turning your camera on if you can.
Okay, my network is not that good.
Oh, okay, good. No worries, then carry on.
Okay. Okay, the sport which I'm going to use is football. As a transformative tool, plays a role in introducing gender equality and circle of teenage. Organizing tournament, it will create safe spaces where girls can play, speak out, and learn, while the coaches will have to assume the roles of their parents to offer mentorship and support. The football tournaments will also encourage the girls to complete their education. So during in 2022, the United Nations, the estimation was that 1,000 girls get pregnant each day in Kenya. Through the football, it will empower the girls to discover their self-worth and identity and self-esteem and the resistance to negative influences. Coaches will also have to connect with and love these girls, providing a beacon of hope for a brighter future. In essence, football transcends sport, serving as a catalyst for social change by empowering young girls and reshaping their life trajectories. Thank you.
Okay. I think another thing is coming on there, mentorship and coaching and providing a beacon of hope to the young, to the girl child. And I know, Steve, the boy child might be crying. Who is giving the boy child hope? And I know the girls are doing their part really well. And Abel, who is championing for us? Kevin, who is championing for the boy child? Maybe that's why we are here today. But I see Charity, you share before we jump onto the presentation for today, really quick about your presentation. Okay, Charity seems to be struggling with internet. But anyone,
I don't have issue.
Okay, it is time for you to go for this one, Charity. There we go. Are you able to see my slide? Happy with that? Okay. So I will assume that Charity might have missed that one. But because this is the number exactly we were expecting, only that we did not want to lock people behind. Lions, then jump on, Lion, from Lion Sports Academy. Do you want to jump on as well before we go to the presentation?
Thank you very much. I don't know if I'm audible enough. You can confirm.
Yes, audible. We can't see the face. That's the problem, but still okay. Carry on.
My name is Gabriel Obuya. I'm from Homa Bay County. I represent, I'm the CEO and the founder of Lion Sports Academy. We focus on football, and any other related sports activity. But for now, allow me jump into one of the SDGs I picked because majority of them have been talked about. Number 16, peace and justice, strong institutions. Allow me delve much on peace. I believe that where there is no peace, things are not moving. And therefore, sports as a tool, I will highlight only 4 things or 5, 6 things immediately, and then before I waste time. One, if you are aware, we have what we call child safety and safeguarding. You understand better on gender-based violence. We also have intercommunity conflicts, which I'll explain later. Then there's the crime associated with the youth, drug and substance abuse. And then I will later talk about quality education. Now, we have all known, and from the speaker, for those who have spoken, sports creates an avenue to either sensitize and create awareness of these things we are trying to highlight. For peace to pervade in everything we do in every community, if youths are not really talked to, if youths are not really empowered, then conflict arises. That's when we will have the issues of gender-based violence. The people grow without being told the right things to do, obviously. It's not only in sports, but also in education too. But Lion Sports Academy, what I do much, or what we do much, is we create awareness to these kids, to the boys, to know that drug and substance abuse is bad, to know that early teenage pregnancies, or you can either say you have to treat your sister or any girl you find you come across as a sister. And these are avenues that are very, very helpful, that teaches the young kids to know that peace is number one consideration. Because of time, I believe I will get more time to delve much on this, but allow me say, peace should be number one consideration in everything we do. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks so much, Lion Sports Academy. That was very elaborative. So anyone else to just jump on and share something for a minute before we go into the main presentation for today? Anyone, just feel free to put your hand up, anything you want to share, or you can just jump on the chat and just put it there, just in case you missed it. Oh, Steve, go for it.
Thank you. I wanted to share more, again, shed light. Why I've picked on scouting and skating, is that skating targeted young people, and more so, we want to nurture that young person from the word go. And therefore, why sports for climate change for SDG number 13 is that we've realized in CIA that we have we will be doing cleaning of the markets. Like we have got markets and beaches. We have 30 markets in CIA with no dumping site. We have 83 beaches in CIA that are not being taken care of well. So we want to work hand in hand with the county government to see into that all the beaches in CIA County and all the markets in CIA County are taken care of. Why through that one? We want to raise awareness to the community. We want also to reduce overall climate impact and promote sustainable, advocate for climate actions through competition. That is poetry competitions among the schools. If they really compete around climate change, poetry, the poems, on that, then there will be that change. Another thing is that something to mark on, why are we going for this climate change or planting of trees, is that we are having 17 community forests in CIA County. Out of those 17 community forests, they don't have information about how to take care about them. These 17 community forests, people still get into the forest and cut the way they like, because they're still called community forest. And we are only having 2 public forests that are gazetted in CIA County. that is Gotramogi and Gotabiero. So these are taken care by the KWF and taken care of by the community forest associations. The rest are not being taken care of. We want to use this spot to reach the county government. We want to reach the spot to reach the community at large, that it is our duty to take care of this particular climate change action. Remember, Siaya is a number second last, around 0.4 forest cover. That is very minimal. As the national government initiative, tree planting initiative, wants us to reach 15 billion by 2030. Siaya is not doing this part. And we want now to use this spot skating and scouting to make sure that into the community, we get into the county government, and also remind the national government that it is all our duty, not the government alone, not the community alone, but even the sport part of it. And when we come together, then we'll be able to push the agenda for the UN Sustainable Development Goal, number 13 to the latter. Thank you.
Okay, I think that is very elaborative, the scouting and skating. There is two similar similarities there, scouting and skating, to ensure that the forests are preserved and all these other things are well taken care of. So let's look at a presentation I had for you today. And just confirm again if you guys can see my screen again, so I'm not just talking without screens. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. So thank you for that. So imagine having 17 sports. It can be sports of your choice. It doesn't have to be football. It doesn't have to be skating. It can be dodgeball, the new sport. It can be volleyball. It can be all these other things, because every person has got a favorite sport, at least a sport they took part in. So if you look at all this, we have 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And I want just to give you just a few things for you just to start thinking. But as you think around these challenges or these poses that I will make, I want you to think, how can you use sports to provide a solution to this particular challenge? For example, no poverty. 575 million people, or 600 million people are in hunger. How can you use sport or that your favorite sport to eliminate the hunger? Okay, get 600 million people out of hunger by 2030. What innovation or idea can you come up with to help get out 600 people out of 600 million people out of hunger? For the first one was poverty. Now come and talk about hunger, where we are speaking about now. Here is now where the number is right. 600 million people in hunger. What can you do with your favorite sport to get this group of people out of hunger? Just think about it. It can be that cricket, it can be skating, it can be again football, any sport that you like. Then you come to vaccination. Kevin, this is your one, because you talked about child mortality. You look at that, 25 million people, young people, missed on immunization. What can you do? Kevin told us, create awareness and provide services for this, or raise capital to help these young people get out of, probably talk about HIV and many other things. What can you do to create awareness? What can you do to prevent people or young people from dying? I hear Kevin is passionate about young people getting into celebrating their 5th birthday. What can you do? Using again purely that sport that we are talking about. Now, we are talking about quality education. Imagine by 2030, 300 million people will lack basic literacy skills and numeracy skills. What can you do using your sports or favorite sports to help these young people get these skills? Okay, again, still just think around sports, not football. Personally, if I love football, I love archery, and I love all these things, what can I use? How can I use them to solve that particular issue? When we started, Abel was talking about gender equality, and he said, ladies first. Look, it will take us approximately 300 years to eradicate child marriages. What can you do where you are sitting through the power of sport to reduce this number of years? So we can even achieve this within the second halftime. And again, when we started this conversation, we were speaking about halftime conversation. And now we are going knowing that this is the match we have played. These are where we really need to work on. And Evans did tell us, do substitutions. Don't give people pressure. Just tell them we got to win this. Okay, but we are under pressure now because if we miss on the halftime, we will not score these things. Now look at goal 6. Look, if you look at these numbers, say 2.2 billion people are lacking safely managed, like they are lacking this clean and proper ways they can access clean and healthy water. What can you do with your sport to help people solve that particular challenge? Think around that your favorite sport related to that goal. Goal 7. Look, the energy. Where we are sitting, sometimes I also go in the darkness. And I remember I was speaking, maybe sometimes, Steve, we were talking the other day, 675 million people still are in darkness. What can you do with your sport? Maybe talk about solar, talk about something to solve that particular challenge. Creating jobs. Again, here, you are looking around over 300 million people across the world lacking jobs. What will you do with your sport to get young people to get jobs? And why I'm sharing this, I'm just sharing this to trigger your thinking. How can you use your favorite sport to actually provide solution to these particular things or these particular issues we are talking about? Come again, now you are talking around goal number 9. What can you do to help? I know Dorcas and Steve, you touched on this one. Carbon emissions, we are talking about 36.8 billion metric tons carbon that gets emitted by this 2022. What can you do as an individual or as a group to help out in terms of eliminating this carbon? I know other people are planting trees, other people are doing all sorts of things. Now, reducing inequality. Again, you look at this one, 34.6 million people were refugees or like were moving to other places that are not their homes. What can you do as an individual or as a community to provide a solution to that? Okay, think around it. Now, come and again look at goal number 11. And goal number 11 talks about sustainable cities and communities. And here they say 1.1 billion urban dwellers live in slums. What can you do as an individual with your sports to help people not live in slums or make their lives better? And you know how lives in slums can look like. What can you do with your sports to help that? Now, let's get to 12. We are almost done, by the way, and I got something towards the end of it that you will like. Talking about responsible consumption and production. Now, you as an individual, each and every individual wastes 120 kilograms of food every year. Imagine what you can do with sports to help reduce food wastage. And by just doing that, you are contributing towards the realization of the 2030 agenda. What can you do to help that out? Maybe educating your community, maybe just helping things out. Now the goal that won in terms of the rating, the climate action, what will you do as an individual to help achieve this? Imagine 100 acres of football fields, or for example, for us who love football, you realize that 30 football fields get cleared every single minute across the world. And by 2035, we will have hit 1.5 degrees centigrade that we don't want to hit. What will you do as an individual to help the world not to get there? Life below water. They say that most people depend, in fact, they are saying over 3 billion people depend on the biodiversity from water and all these oceans and coastal biodiversity for their livelihoods. What are you doing to protect the oceans? And you heard David talk about cleaning the beaches. planting again trees so that we can have more of oxygen, recycle, go back to the environment. Then look at land. How many trees do we cut? And you had Steve talk to us, just giving us a picture of Sierra County. How many forests are protected by the government and how many are not protected? What can you do to prevent the cut down of trees and replenishment of the oxygen? Okay, now, as we come almost to the end of this, look at goal number 16, partnership for the goals. No, peace, justice, and strong institutions. Look, how many people were displaced? 108 million people were displaced. And you know, when people are displaced, other people lost their lives. What can you do using your sports to advocate for this particular goal? For us, probably football, maybe other people dodgeball, other people skating, other people basketball, and so many other things. Collaboration or partnership for the goals. Probably here is where we needed to go into the goal 0, partnership, because somebody mentioned when we were starting is meaningful collaboration. How could we then come together and help people or help countries from getting out of debt? So why I had that come your way, I wanted you to look at all this, align what you do with these particular goals. Obviously, you can see this online when you want. We will also download and put it on YouTube. So you can align your projects to that. At Global Youth Forum, we've had a success with Football for Peace, which we've used to champion for goal 16. And we've done a lot of things with that. And it has given us opportunity to network and to do many other things. And it is the one when we were organizing these tournaments, other people were reaching out and asking, could we do golf? Could we do swimming? Could we do cycling? Could we do rugby? Could we do skating, handball, and so many other things? And this gave us the idea of how about starting something on sports for SDGs, okay? So if you are on here and you haven't applied to be a member for the Football for the Goals, please do so. And if you do need a hand in application and doing all these things, we can give you a hand. So I will share the link with you on the group so you guys can apply. Because it will give you a chance to learn or network with other people in the football industry on how they are using football to advocate for the sustainable development goals. As an organization, Global Youth Forum, we've done, I know other members in here have done tournaments as well. So for us, we've done 13 tournaments. I'm glad some of you might have taken part in 4 counties in Kenya. We have engaged 121 football teams, 31 corporates supporting the initiative. So these are the models and the skills we want to pass on to you guys, so you guys can use them to do your dodgeball, do your skating, do your running or cycling, and even swimming. So that's why we want to share with you. So we are thinking and we are looking to work with you in 2024 to roll a Sports for SDG tournament where each of you can take a spot. We do it in a one central place and you guys take lead. So next year, around 6th of April, we have international sports. No, we have Sports for SDGs tournaments, and we can partner with you actually to do these tournaments. So looking at all this, a lot of things. So at the second half, maybe we have been talking too much. Probably it is time to jump on and take real action. So vision without action is only a dream. Action without a vision, it's a waste of time. But with vision and action, we can change the world. So looking at that, we finalize with the presentation right there and say, guys, now we got a plan and we are keen to work with you to make this plan come next year, but we can start the conversation going. So with that, I end my presentation there, and we have just 2 more minutes before we end the session today. So maybe closing remarks from Abel, Matundura, or anyone in the next 2 minutes before we carry on. So thank you all for listening. Carry on, Lions.
Perfect. Great presentation. And indeed, we're looking forward to partner with you. And also welcome to Grass to Grace tournament happening in December 6th at Lion Stadium, a place called Moweko. I think we can talk in the next 10 or what I will be, and then we will proceed with it. Thank you very much. God bless you.
No worries. Well, Kevin and Abel, you have something to add before we just end it?
Actually, thank you, Peter. Thank you, my team, my teammates. I've been listening to your sports and most how you are incorporating sports with the SDGs. But there is only one thing: opinions don't count. Go for it. Don't put it in written. Sit back and relax. Let us action it. Let us action it. Let your words marry your deeds. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Actions speak louder than words. There we go. Abel and then Dorcas, you guys can bring us home, I think. Abel, you are mute if you are talking.
Sorry. So it is time we put things in action. Actually, mostly we concentrate on this side of northeastern part because we are lag behind and we do participate sports mostly, that is youth. So I'm happy to hear that we shall partner together. Currently, I'm on a training of United Schools for Sports, where I was selected to be the country organizer. So in time, I will join you guys, we partner together, and we put this thing in action. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Abel. Looking forward to catching up in Marsabit sometime. So Dorcas, you wanna bring us home?
Thank you very much. It has been a very productive session. I've heard of somebody from Homa Bay. We are currently our branch in Homa Bay, and somebody was also from Game. That means we are from the same county. Peter, this is a very nice initiative, and it is a very good opportunity for us to learn. Thank you very much. And let us not give up. It's not easy, but as we compare notes the next time we meet, I hope we'll see people doing more with sports than we are already doing. Otherwise, I would like to say congratulations to everybody here because in one way or another, you're touching the community. Thank you.
All right, there we go, friends. I got to leave you. We will post this on our YouTube, and it is obviously on Facebook. Remember to spread the word, and let's keep the funding. Let's keep the group, and let's keep it going. Okay, so I say thank you, and I see you guys soon. Do take care.
Bye.